How's it going today, YouTube? Well, in this video I'm going to show you guys how to install that into your truck. Alright, so the first step in installing one of these light bars, you need a light bar, of course. I got this one from Auxbeam.com. Now they say a 20, a 22, or a 24 inch light bar will fit in these bumper cutouts, but I don't think the 24 inch one will because they've got these bolts on the sides of the inside of the bumper rather. So I just went with a 20 inch. And it was about 40 bucks shipped to my house, so not too bad. I know I need to repaint my bumper, guys. I know. But anyway, make sure if you're gonna do this, order a light bar that has the mounts that are on the bottom side, so they can slide back here. And I'll show you guys why in a minute. It's pretty simple to wire up, but let's go underneath the truck and I'll show you guys how I did mine. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna have to do, take this skirt. There's 3 push pins. It's got to pop out of the way. Then I just flopped it up there. I know that there's a bit of a camera glare there, but what I would recommend first is mount your light bar and then do the wiring. So basically, to mount this, there's 2 bolts, one here and one here. Now, the reason why I told you guys to get the light bar with the mounts on the bottom is so that you can use these holes. So I use the farthest ones from the closest to the outside rather. So you will have to drill these holes out a little bit to put the bolts through. And then before you even bring your light bar out here, put these mounts on first. There's just 8 little bolts to go in there, and that gives you your adjustment for your angle and whatnot, so you can adjust how far your light goes. So then you put your light bar in your truck. There's just 2 nuts. Then you get it centered up, make it look nice. Then all that's really left is your wiring. So I just did mine the cheap way. I just use those little crimp connectors, and I just electrical tape them up until I feel like soldering them together. Now, I know some guys will wire these up to their fog lights, but I run my fog lights when you obviously go to and from work in the morning because it's dark and you can't use a light bar on road. So back roads only, guys, or when you're off-road. And I'll show you guys how I did my how I wired my switch here in just a minute. Alright, so once you got your connections made underneath the truck, you can come up here. Now the way I ran my harness, keep in mind guys, I did this in the dark and it was like almost minus 18 outside with the wind chill when I decided to do this, so I did it kind of quick and crude, but your light bar harness is over here, but the battery on the 07 through 13 GM trucks is way over here. So underneath I ran my harness from over here over to where your fog light harness is, and then I came up and behind the headlight here, right here. Now a problem I ran into, there's lots of room to get down there, but because I've got these aftermarket lights in my truck, sometimes the GM light harness is a little bit funny going in those, and sometimes your clips don't always stay in, so I actually knocked out my turn signal bulb, but that was a easy enough fix to do. Then I just kind of ran the wire loosely up here beside the fender, made my connections at the battery, so your positives there, and of course your negative in the back. And there's a 30 amp relay that I got to mount still right there. There's also a fuse right here as well. Next to a 30 amp fuse. Then to run your switch into the cab, I ran it just across the back of the firewall, just attach it onto this existing harness that GM has in the truck already. Then I haven't yet found the grommet that goes through the firewall to run the switch through into the cab, so I think I might use that big one down in the bottom there if I can get it on camera. I'm going to try to pop that out. I might just use that unless I can find something better. But for now, I just ran mine up through the fender underneath the cowl vent here. Then I just wrapped it around the weather strip for now. So that's just kind of the quick way I wired mine up. But you know, as you guys saw in the beginning of the video there, it works just fine. So if you guys like what you see, please comment, rate, subscribe.